LA man, it's Paul Perkins. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 3-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will let you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll let the shorter back Perkins run it. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Running on 3rd and goal with Perkins. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Paul Perkins taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And the back goes into motion. Now Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Austin's got it left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left. On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Manning going to give to Perkins on the draw. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Second down following the run. From the gun, it's Manning. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On the give, this is their fullback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Going to give it to Perkins. Shoves him aside. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Paul Perkins. His guys find a way to stretch that lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. picked up by Andrew Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
3 yards to go on second down. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And to give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now a handoff here to his running back. And oh, it coughed it up. Does the big boy have the juice? Touchdown, LA.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row. We're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this fourth possession. On the run, it's Perkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, back to Perkins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
On second down, here's Manning. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Goff now looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right around the 31.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. He loses 5 full yards to bring up fourth. Here's Johnny Hecker now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Oh, and Nelson spaced upright. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. It's caught, Beckham. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Into the red zone now. Manning. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure, maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try to pick it up with Perkins. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. The slot man in motion right. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Halfback sent in motion. Throwing on third. Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's Manning to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Sterling Shepard, 67 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they run with Perkins. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. second down following the run.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Perkins on the give for Manning. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shotgun now for Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. Touchdown, Houston. Sterling Shepard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now Davis. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast for you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us.
Scratch.
Sing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The play clock's running down. From the gun on third down, Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Manning now on first down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.